Yes, that's right. We are back for another episode playing as Farnborough FC on our road to glory. In the last episode, we opened our account in the second season in the Premier League with a defeat to Newcastle and then followed that up with a good 4-1 win against Leeds. In today's episode, we face Aston Villa and Derby. I was meant to come back against Sunderland, our last game, but technical error or user error. I lost that recording as well. I'm having a bit of a technical dilemma problem at the moment. Probably mostly down to me, but we are back in the next game anyway. So the big question from the last episode is, did we make any more signings before the transfer window slammed shut? And how has it gone since then? So let's go find out. All right, so first of all, I thought we'd come and have a look at the rest of the transfer business that we did since last episode. On the outgoings, we had Elliot Kidner. We sent out on loan. He wanted a bit more game time, and he's still got potential to grow into a much better player than he is right now. So I thought the best thing to do is send him out on loan, get him some regular first team football for the coming season and see how he develops. So Elliot Kidner has gone out on loan to Gil Vicente, and hopefully he has a good season there, because he's still got bags of potential. Only major downfall for him really is he's only 6 foot for a central defender. It's a little bit on the short side, but he's still got a good aerial presence with 14 jumping and 15 heading. So, I mean, he can still do a job for us. Hopefully he develops well over the coming season. Next was João Simão. He has left the club permanently, going to Basel for £5 million. He came in for 2.5 million. So we've doubled our money on him. In reality, he probably could have gone for a bit more of that if he ended up getting more game time with us, but he didn't. So cut our losses and still made a little bit of a profit on him. So that is that. If you notice, I have real faces in the game now. So that is one big change I've done. I've also made sure that all the information on the screen is larger as well. So hopefully what I'm talking about on screen and that you can maybe see a little bit better now. And it's probably a little bit better on my aging eyes as well. So yeah, if you've got any thoughts or opinions on that, drop us a comment in the comments below and let me know what you think. Also, while I'm at it, if you're watching, I really appreciate all your support. So don't forget to give the video a like, and any comment you want to chuck in the comments below would be hugely appreciated. And most importantly, if you're watching and you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Right, enough of that. The players that have come in. We're going to start with Yoshihito Furuya, and I think I'm going to try and call him Yoshi for short. He has come in from Kashima. I activated a release clause of just £4.3 million. No, 3.4. Did I say 4.3? £3.4 million to come in as an advanced, as an attacking midfielder or advanced playmaker. Yeah, he's a very, very nice looking player. 23 years old, so I'm not sure how much more development he's going to have in him. Hopefully he will have some, but coming in looking like a very, very solid player, especially for the price tag as well. £3.4 million. I think is an absolute bargain. Likes important matches. He's not really got anything going against him. He's only 5'9", so he's not very, good in the air, but as a technical, advanced attacking player, then yeah, he's really, really smart and a good bit of business as well. Next on the list is Lucio Villagra, and yeah, that's a very close surname to something else that yeah, he plays up front. He came in for £6.25 million. Yeah, he sounds like a certain male kind of enhancing drug, doesn't he, Villagra?
What did he say?
Lucio Villagra has come in. He is a wonder kid. Yeah, so we've got our hands on another wonder kid for a very, very reasonable price. Again, already sort of valued at around 30 odd million. So he has come in, and he's going to bring a different kind of type of attacking player that we've not really had before. Closest we've had to him is Etzeberria, although Etzeberia's got a bit more aerial ability to him, being 6'4", I think he might be. But it looks so much better now. We've got some nice faces to our players as well. Yeah, he's very technical. He's got great first touch, great technical, great flair, great balance, so he can get in amongst the defenders and hopefully create space for himself, allowing him to play in other attackers, or to find space for himself to get a shot away as well. So yeah, he's only 20 years old, lots of developing to do. Hopefully he's going to be a star for us. Right, next on the list is Facundo Alanis. He is come in from River for 7 million, and yeah, he's a right back, and I'm trying not to concentrate too much on his ears right now. But he's a handsome looking lad, isn't he? Right. Again, so very reasonable money. I think he's straight in to really be our number one right back, which means I was going to be playing Batelli at right back, but now I can bring him back to central defence, and he can hone his craft as a central defender. So Batelli, again, I was happy to play him out on the right because he was only 6'1", I think he is. But I found this guy, and I just yeah, I liked the look of him, and I had to pull the trigger on that. So yeah, quite happy. Solid, reasonably solid defending. Still got room to develop and grow at only 22 years old. And again, not much really going against him. Not the best passer. You know, he's not great in the air, but that's all right. He's a right back, so that doesn't really matter. And that's about it. Yeah. And yeah, hopefully he's going to be a solid option for us at right back and add to our defensive unit as well. Next on the list is Nico Warfield. He's come in from Leicester for £8.5 million. And he's 20 years old. English, 20-year-old. He's lacking a bit in the attacking department, but I'm playing him all the way back at right wing midfield. So, yeah, for the price he is, I think he was a reasonable bit of business, considering some of the prices that I was coming up against, trying to find someone to play in that position. Still trying to train Sareva in that position as well, but this guy comes in and he's got really good pace. I mean, he can cross the ball reasonably well. So, yeah, when I found him, I thought, yeah, that will do. He's got pace, he can cross. We'll just leave it at that, shall we? But yeah, he's 20 years old, so he's got a lot of developing he can still do as well. So yeah, excited for what he could potentially turn into. Don't think he's going to be, you know, a world-class right winger. However, he can come in and he can do a job for us with the money we had. We still got some money left over. We have £10 million in the transfer budget, even though we are overdrawn. We are £8.5 million in the red, but we still have money in the budget. Yeah. Thing is, looking in that position, I was needing to fork out sort of 30, 40 plus £1 million for a real good winger, and I just didn't have the money for it. So I think it was a good compromise, just going for the speed and the crossing ability, and it just brings something to the team that we didn't have. So yeah. All right, let's have a look at where we are in the league. We are on the 7th of November, as you can see. So yeah, we played a good number of games so far, and we are currently sitting in 5th in the league. So we are performing so far above expectations so far. We are playing the new formation still consistently. And it's been working out all right for us. If we have a look at our schedule, we can just see some of our results. So from the Leeds game, we got a 1-0 win against Brighton. And then we got a 3-0 win in the Carabao Cup against Dagenham Redbridge, but that's neither here nor there. 1-0 defeat to Southampton in the league. And then we crashed out the Carabao Cup to Reading. I was playing very, very rotated squads in the Carabao Cup. So I'm not too fussed about that. League is where it's at, and the league is where we've been performing as well. So we followed that up with a 2-1 win against West Ham. We followed that up with a 1-0 win against Man City, which is just crazy. And then we got a 1-1 draw against Arsenal as well. Then we won 2-1 against Fulham. We lost 3-2 in a very close, hard-fought game against Liverpool. And then we battered Sunderland in the last game 4-0. So really good performance in our last game. And now we're on the 7th of November. We're looking to play Aston Villa today and then Derby after that. So, things have been going really well. If we get a win today, we could potentially go up to 3rd in the league, which is just mental, considering this is our second season in the Premiership. Our wage budget, or what we're spending on wages, is still, I think, less than half of the next lowest team as well. It looks like a lot of the transfer business we've done is paying off, and unless the wheels really start to come off, I don't know where we're going to end up, really. I still think realistically, I would be happy with mid-table. At the start of the season, I did say mid-table or lower top half would be absolutely awesome. Obviously, we finished 15th last season, so yeah, anywhere towards mid-table would be great. At the moment, I'd say we're probably overachieving. So lots of things to happen still in the season. So a long way to go, wherever we end up. But yeah, doing really good so far. Right, I'm going to get the team together for today's game against Aston Villa. I will see you for that one. Okay, there is one more thing before we get into the game today, and that is something to do with myself as a manager. I've been a little bit surprised on our journey of just how many, or lack thereof, job offers. Basically, there have been job offers as I've gone through the leagues, and there have been some higher profile job offers as well. In theory, I should be a very desirable manager, but the big one came in today, and the big one is being offered the England manager's job, taking the place of Eddie Howe. Obviously, I'm not going to be doing it, but it's really nice to feel like I'm being recognised for my achievements in the league, through the leagues, and to be chased for the England job is it's an honour. But I'm not going to be taking it, even though the wages are really, really nice. I mean, I only get paid, am I only getting paid 25? I'm only getting paid 25,000. So, that's 5 times as much as I'm currently getting paid. But this is the road to glory for Farnborough FC. So I am loyal to a fault, and I'm going to be rejecting that offer. Let's get into it and see what we can do. Nord kicks off, finding Villagra. Arcatin and Batelli. Yeah, we're not dominating possession with this formation, but overall, I think between getting a reasonable amount of possession, defending and attacking, it's at the moment it's being a well-rounded formation for us, formation and tactic. We can get forwards and attack well enough. We generally can defend well enough, and I realise as I'm saying it, Aston Villa are now charging down our end, but we managed to get a good defensive header on that from Alanis, and that wasn't a very good pass for Sareva. And Aston Villa burst into the box now. Good defensive touch there. Nord now for us on the counter. Warfield back to Nord. Nord tries to find someone else. Maxwell, I think it probably was, but he did not manage to get the ball through. All right, a bit of up and down a lot in the opening few minutes. But Aston Villa into the box now. Good defensive work there, and we managed to get the ball away. All right. Yeah, as you can see, I've made everything bigger, so hopefully you guys at home can see the numbers, the player names, and everything, all the important stuff, a bit better. Because I realised even I struggle to see it on a reasonably large screen right in front of me. So if any of you guys are trying to watch it at home on a smaller device or whatever, then it's going to be a nightmare. So hopefully this is a little bit better for you. As I said before, let us know. Let us know if it works for you. I'd definitely be interested to know. Equally as well, I'd love to hear from any of you with any ideas going forwards with this channel, what you'd like to see me try and do. I'm open to all and any ideas. So yeah, don't be shy. Chuck it in the comments, and I will consider anything going forwards with playing Football Manager. This playthrough as Farnborough. If you haven't seen it from the beginning, Farnborough is where I was kind of was brought up. So yeah, and they were in the Vanarama South as well. So it's an ideal kind of team for me to grab and play through the leagues in the first sort of playthrough I've ever done. So yeah, that's why I'm here, and that's why we are Farnborough. Right, not been too positive in this game so far. And Tiernan back doing a good bit of defensive work there. Plays it forward trying to find Nord, but Nord can't get on the end of it. Tiernan there showing up again, doing his bit, but Aston Villa come forward again. Lopez bursts through the defence and slots it past Goncalves. Didn't cover himself in a lot of glory there. Goncalves, our wonder kid goalkeeper, unfortunately. And that is not really the ideal situation we want to be in. We want to be winning and pushing ourselves further up the leagues. We're still doing reasonably well on our 19 points. I mean, that is pretty much halfway to our minimum points tally. Oh my god, that was closer. I think that was offside, but yeah, that was close to bringing it back to even Stevens. Yeah, on 19 points, we're pretty much halfway to our minimum points tally to make sure we're safe for the season. So overall, I think we're doing really well. Even if we have a little slip up here, which would not be ideal, overall we're still doing really well, all things considered. We get a corner here though, in the 39th minute. Valagra to put the ball into the box. It doesn't get any height on that, and he can't get past the first defender. So we start again from the back. Goncalves plays it out to Bertelli. The libero finds Warfield. He tries to find Tiernan, but he was sold a bit short there. Maybe didn't have enough space. He should have found someone else. Would have been nice if he turned and was a bit more positive going forwards, tried to beat his man. Maybe or find someone in the box. Lopez on the ball again. Ooh, that was nearly 2-0 down there. Luckily, it just sailed just over, rippling the top of the net. Okay, we're coming up towards half-time now. It's not been a very good game from the players today, so I'm going to give them a bit of a firm telling off in the dressing room. But Aston Villa trying to get another goal just before the stroke of half-time, and they have a corner, so we've got a bit more defensive work to do. Lopez with the corner, he plays it out to Konate, and back to Lopez, and Nord there mopping up the danger. Back doing a good bit of defensive work there. Right, let's get in here and tell them that it has just been, yeah, you need to do better, because that has been pretty awful. Aston Villa make a substitution at half time. I'm just going to make sure that Our positioning instructions are good enough. Aston Villa playing it between themselves well, just after half time. Yeah, might need to make some substitutions quite early on in the second half. Things clearly aren't clicking today. Only a 6.4 for Nico on the right of midfield. That's a little bit disappointing. 6.4 for Paris and Parker in defence as well. So that's not very great. And it is Aston Villa bursting forwards again. Goncalves is there to collect the ball. Right, don't want to make the substitution too early though, but I'm going to maybe just try and encourage the lads a little bit. See if they can push forwards. We do have a corner. Can we do anything from here? Villagra to take the corner again. Can he beat the first man this time? No, he can't. This has been just a continuous problem for us in going through the leagues. Doesn't matter what league we've been in. I've not had the best corner takers, and they struggle to beat the first man. Which, if you can't beat your first man, then you're not going to really do anything in trying to be dangerous from a corner. Our most dangerous player actually from corners, Aaron Ritchie. He's not on today, but we could bring him on as Parker's not having a fabulous game. So I'm going to bring Aaron Ritchie on. I'm just going to change that to a central defender on defend. He's not really a ball player of any kind. He's just a solid defender, and that's it. Nord is not particularly doing well, so I'm going to move Villagra up for Nord. And who should we bring on in his place? I think we'll bring on... Yeah, we'll bring on Gosling. He's been pretty good for us so far this season. Warfield has been terrible. It's down to a 6.3 now. We're going to have to move Sareva over to the right. And then we'll bring on... You know what? I'm actually going to cancel that. Undo that. And we'll bring on Oyoz for Warfield. And I think we'll just... yeah, the free changes. Right. Let's see... just tell them to play without any pressure. Half an hour to make something happen in this game. Bertelli with a free kick here. Alan is. Finds Bertelli. Gosling. Gosling plays Villagra through. Villagra with a low drive and almost catches the Aston Villa goalkeeper out there. And he has to quickly get down to save himself from going in at the near post. Bertelli with the header from the corner. And it comes off the post. Yeah. If Ritchie was on the end of that, we might have done a little bit better. He is our aerial threat at 6'6". I think, no, 6'3". I thought it was 6'6" for some reason. 6'3". That must be one of the other players at 6'6". Petrovic maybe. Right. There is coming up to 20 minutes left in this game. Still not really finding a breakthrough. Let's see if we can find something else. Right, Sareva's getting a little bit frustrated. We're going to bring on Tisserand in his place. And I think maybe we'll bring Maxwell off and Jordan Day. And I'm going to swap Jordan Day and Tiernan around as well. And yeah, I'm going to try and lift the pressure from them as well. Okay. Running out of time to make anything happen in this game, though. Yeah, it's not been ideal. Maybe Tiernan could be a player who could make a difference up front. He is quite good in that advanced or attacking midfield role. But I wanted the experience of Tiernan in that role, Roman playmaker role instead of Jordan Day. I thought that would have suited us better today, but it's not really worked out for us, unfortunately. That was a short pass from Day there, showing maybe a little bit of that inexperience, and a thunderous shot from Aston Villa just smashes off the bar of our goal. Not very good. We need to be down the other end. Come on, let's try and fire them up for the last few minutes of this game. I don't really think there's enough time left to to do anything. I mean, anything can happen, but we've just not seemed like we've been at 12 shots and only 1 on target. I mean, we've just not had our shooting boots on today. And yeah, that's a little bit disappointing because it was our opportunity to really keep up the pace with the teams ahead. And that's not me saying I kind of thought that we'd be able to like keep up pace with them all season long. That's not it. It's if we can get as many points on the board as early as possible, then it's just going to help us by the end of the season be as high as possible. There's no way I even think we stay in the European places. I mean, it'd be crazy if we stayed in European places come the end of the season, but that's a long way off, and I really, really doubt it. We struggled here today at home, and we lost to Aston Villa 1-0. But again, like the other games we haven't got results against, they've been close. We haven't been absolutely smashed or dominated or anything, so it's just a disappointing result. So I'm not too disheartened about that. All right, so we've had a short little 2-week international break, but now we're at our league game against Derby. Nord, by the way, he scored 5 under-21 goals for Belgium in one of his games. So yeah, he's done pretty well on the little international break. He immediately came back in and wanted an improved contract. I want 5 goals a game, you know, playing in the league. That would be nice. But he's probably an important player, so he was only on about 15,000 a week, I think. So yeah, I offered him a new contract. He's certainly not highest paid player in the club. Should it go through? But didn't want an unhappy player. However, he's not going to be starting today. I'm going to start with Valagra up front. But the rest of the team for today's game, Goncalves in goal, of course. Alanis, Batelli, Aaron Ritchie and Stroman in defence. Salaberry just ahead of them today. He's not really a playmaker, so he's coming in as a ball-winning midfielder. Sareva on the left and Oyas on the right. Maxwell and Tiernan in the attacking midfield roles, and like I said, Valagra up front. On the bench, we got Munoz, Yoshi, Jordan Day, Nord, Parker, Tisserand, Etzeberria, Dubrovic, and Gosselink. So a pretty strong bench for us today. Let's hope we can get a much better performance out of the players in today's game against Derby than we did in the last game, because that was a pretty lackluster and not really what I'd been seeing so far. Again, the games that we haven't got results in previously, we weren't totally outgunned or outclassed. It was just very close fought games, so it was a bit like that again. But yeah, still disappointing because Aston Villa haven't really been doing very well this season. So again, a little bit disappointing. Right, want them to put on a show. Let's go and try and get a result today. Derby kick off. They are pretty low down the table. I think they are in 19th. So if we don't get a result here today, we are playing away, but still, if we don't get a result here today, I mean, that's going to be really disappointing. And yeah, I hope our start in the league wasn't a kind of you know, a false kind of showing of how we're doing this season, and I don't think it will be. From what I've seen from the players, it's been much, they've been much better than that. So hopefully the combination players today will do all right. Sareva on the left hand side finds Salaberry into Tiernan. Tiernan with low drive, but just goes wide of the far post. That was a good effort though, and it goes out for a goal kick for Derby. And Derby with a free kick here. They root it into the box, get a header on it, and it just nestles on top of the goal netting. Nothing to stress about though. I'm hoping our defence should be strong enough to blunt any attack Derby have kind of got today. I did change the right back role to a wing back instead of inverted full back. Let's see if that makes any difference today. Ritchie picks up the loose ball, finds Salaberry. Salaberry drives towards the box, and the low drive off the post for Salaberry. That was a good effort. Oyos chips it back out to Salaberry. But Derby pick up the loose ball, and now they can try and attack. Now we look like we've got enough players back to snuff out anything they've got. 10 minutes gone in this game. All right, not much happening yet. I'm going to shout encouragement and see if they the players respond to that. Yeah, might be a good idea to play Nord up front, a bit of a more physical presence for us. What else did we have? Maxwell with a free kick here. Oyos into the box, and he kind of runs into traffic there. Kind of gets a shot away, and it just bobbles out off a Derby player. And we get the corner. Valagra to take the corner. Can he get it up? He can't get it up and over. Valagra into Sareva, and loose touch by Sareva there, and Derby can put the ball out. Yeah, so Herrera, our young Mexican striker, who's 19 now, but he came to me and he wants a move without even really playing for us. He wants to move to a bigger club because he wants. It kind of doesn't really make sense. He said he wants to move to a bigger club because he wants to play football and get in the national team for Mexico, of course. But, you know, if he's not quite getting into our team yet, I don't know how he thinks that's going to work going to a bigger club. And, I mean, what bigger clubs does he think he's going to find? You know, he can play for Farnborough in front of a home crowd of 8,000 people. Yeah, but not for long. Well, I say not for long. We still got the rest of this season and all the next season before we get our brand spanking new 28,000 seater capacity stadium, and nearly concede there from a dangerous Derby corner. Right, Alan is with a throw-in down the right-hand side for us to Salabri. Back to Salabri. Salabri puts the ball into the box, and that's where we could have really done with a Nord. Because we haven't really got the biggest players at the moment. Strauman picks up a loose ball though, finds Salabri, plays back to Ritchie, into Batelli. Batelli back to Salabri. Ritchie just trying to find a way through at the moment, if they can find the right pass. We get Alan is on the right hand side. Alan is trying to get into a crossing position here, but he can't get one in. He finds Salabri. Tries to find Maxwell, but he's too tightly marked, and that wasn't a bad effort from some distance out, but it was wide of the post, I think. Right, about half an hour gone now. It's not really clicking yet. Oyos on the right hand side is only on a 6.4, so yeah, Warfield maybe would have been the better choice on the right hand side there for us. And Batelli's pretty poor on a 6.5 and a yellow card, so that's a little bit worrying. Don't want to lose a player like Batelli. Don't want to lose a player at all, but yeah, Batelli will be big miss, even though he's only on a 6.5 still. And that was pretty poor kick from Goncalves, straight back into Derby possession, and that's Derby 1-0 up. It's being looked at, might have been offside. Please be offside, because again, we find that we're not playing, and it was offside. Yeah, we're not playing too well, and it's a little bit worrying, because so far this season we've been playing much better than this. It's annoying. Oish, that wasn't far off, just sneaking its way through. But Derby goalkeeper managed to get there and just collect the ball up before it snuck in at that far post. Batelli back to snuff out that danger. Oyers on the right hand side. Allen picks up loose ball after Oyers gets dispossessed. Now it's pinged over to the other side with Sareva. Strauman back to Ritchie. Ritchie to Batelli. Batelli over the top for Sareva. Sareva with a beautiful ball in for Valagra, but that is going to be offside, I think. Valagra has found himself offside more than he has found himself onside so far this season. That is one of his biggest downfalls, and yet again he was offside. Yeah, he's put the ball in the back of the net a lot of times, and it's just been chalked off because he is found to be offside. It's a little bit annoying. He might be better off behind the front man in one of those second midfield roles, because he just finds himself offside so many times. It's a little bit annoying. Right, coming up towards half time now, and yeah, overall it's been a real disappointing first half to follow on from that disappointing loss to Aston Villa as well. And yeah, if we can just get through to half time. Ooh, wow. I thought we had given away a penalty there, and then it just fell to a free Derby player, and he can't get his shot on target, and it goes off the post on the opposite side. Yeah, we are not doing ourselves any favours here with the way we're playing. I think I will look at sort of trying to change things up at half time, unless we can get maybe a goal before half time, and then we'll just go again and see what we can do. Sareva with the ball in to the box, we can't find a Farnborough player, and Derby can come at us again. Considering the place that Derby are and the place that we are, this really isn't the ideal situation. And Derby get a corner before half time as well. Got just a couple of minutes of added time before the half time whistle goes, and Alan chops down a Derby player on the edge of the area. Luckily that's just going to be a free kick and not a penalty, but that still provides an opportunity for Derby to go 1-0 up literally on stroke half time, and that will be crappy if it does. But that was a really poor free kick from Derby there, and straight into the wall, and then the follow-up effort just sails into the stands. So nothing to really worry about there. We've really got to come in second half and look at doing something a little bit different, and I think I might just shout at the players a little bit now, because to be honest, it's just been rubbish. Let's have a look at just seeing what we can do. Oyos is not doing it for us on the right hand side, and we haven't got Warfield on the bench, so I'd have to bring Sareva over to right. I'd have to bring Tisserand on the left, and just hope that maybe works for us. Tiernan and Maxwell, well, the front three of Maxwell, Tiernan and Valagra have all been missing really, and that's not really ideal. Maybe I can just move these two around. You know what, I could probably put Maxwell up front as well. He can play in that position too, and I'll just swap them all around a little bit and just see if they can find themselves in better positions. But yeah, not very encouraging so far, but let's go and see if we can do something different in this second half. Okay, get the second half underway. A nice early goal would just be the ticket in this second half. Tiernan with Laos. Poor touch. Really poor touch. Alright. Tiernan. Yeah. Not really getting anything from the front three. So I don't know whether to bring Nord on nice and early. We have Yoshi we can bring on. We've got Jordan Day, Gosselink. Gosselink might be the guy actually. He's can be quite devastating going forwards. But we get the ball, celebrate up to Valagra. Valagra cutting inside, trying to dance his way through the Derby players, and then he shoots wide. That feels like it's going to be another one of those days. And you know, we're holding ourselves relatively okay at the back. Let's look at making some changes nice and early. I think I'm going to bring off Batelli. He's only on a 6.5 and he's on a yellow, so we'll bring him off. We'll bring Parker on, and he can't play as a libero, so he's just going to be a ball playing defender. He can play as a libero, but I'm not going to play him as a libero. What else are we going to do? Let's bring Tiernan back for Salaberry, because Salaberry's on a yellow card as well, and he was only on a 6.5 as well. And I'm going to bring Gosselink on in his place, and I think bring Nord on as well for Villagra. Maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. Not too early. Too early yet. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Gosling as the attacking midfielder, and Villagra as the. Actually, Villagra and Maxwell could swap around. Villagra will go back up front, and let's see if we can do anything now. Yeah, I have faith in you to go and make the difference. So go and make the difference. We have time left. Just over half an hour to go. Yeah, this is really annoying because this formation's been doing the trick for us so far this season, and to come back for the second episode in this season with the new formation and just have such a lackluster couple of games is a little bit annoying because we've got some real good and interesting results, and it just looks like it just hasn't been working. I mean, as you can see, like it's not been not working, but there's definitely been something missing for us going forwards today. But we do go again. Straumann out to Tisserand on the left. Tisserand, can you get something in here? He's being shepherded out, and he finds Tiernan in the middle. Tiernan to Sreva, who looked like he could have been a mile offside there, but the flag didn't go up. All right, more time running out. 20 minutes to go, really. Let's bring Nord on now. Villagra down to a 6.4. Maxwell down to a 6.4. So we're going to bring on Yoshi as well. And I'm going to bring Yoshi on. He's going to change him to an attacking. Gosling to a shadow striker, just to get a bit more out front. And Tiernan to a Roman playmaker. Maybe we can find a bit more space, a bit more creativity, maybe from further back. And that is going to be all of our changes today. So, alright, it's we need a winning goal, but no pressure. No pressure. Yeah, it's only like, you know, league positions in the Premier League we're talking about. No pressure. Right, free throw in here on the left hand side. Tisserand to Tiernan, back to Ritchie. So all credit to Derby here, considering their league position. They've really got us sort of in a tricky position here, and Goncalves gets a save in there. Otherwise we would have been in an even more tricky position. They're going 1-0 down to Derby. They get the corner. Goncalves comes out and claims the ball nice and confidently though, and kills that danger. Alright, I'm going to shout them to encourage the team. Parker to Straumann to Yoshi. Yoshi through to Nord. And that was offside. Oh, yeah, that's disappointing. Derby now with the throw-in on the right-hand side for them. This has been a really frustrating couple of matches to come back and show you guys, considering just how well we've really been doing, and that I thought was going to be that. I thought it was going to be 1-0 down there, but Goncalves found himself in the right position to catch the ball. It wasn't the fiercest of shots by Derby there. Yoshi with the free kick. Oh, that wasn't too far away. 10 minutes to go. Come on, lads. Do I dare go attacking? All the games, I've pretty much just kept it on positive. Even against Man City, you know, all the tougher games where we've got some results, stayed on positive. And I kind of feel like maybe we just need to push up a bit more, be a bit more adventurous and daring going forwards. I'm a little bit scared it's going to leave us vulnerable at the back, because Derby have found the odd opportunity to break on us, and here they come back again. Tiernan collecting the ball up though. Tiernan, that's not a good ball. And Derby come back again, and that was a poor pass. Straumann picking up the ball. Tiernan to Parker. Come on, someone do something sensible. Alan is to Yoshi. Tiernan to Gosselink. Gosselin out to Sareva. Come on, good ball in now, Sareva. Don't go all the way on your own. And he tries to go all the way on his own. He does get it on target, and Derby keeper has to pull off a good save. For Yoshi with the corner now. Can't find the head of Richie. And Derby keeper collects the danger. In the end, it's just they made more substitutions. So let's make sure we've got all the player instructions down we need. And yeah, not really a couple of really unexciting games here. I'm really disappointed that I've not been able to show you just what we've been able to do this season so far. Derby charging down right, Parker in a good position to clear the ball. And they come again, and that's going to be dangerous. Goncalves with a fingertip save there to push it wide, and it goes out for a corner. Oh, dearie me. In comes the corner. We get good defensive header there, though. I think the way this game has gone, I think we're kind of lucky to come away with a point here. We are away from home, but we are playing against one of the worst teams so far in the league. So yeah, it's a little bit disappointing and a little bit fortuitous because clearly we played quite badly today. Considering some of the results we got today, it's just I feel like they just outplayed us for the most part, and they're still at risk of going 1-0 up. Goncalves is there again with a great save. I mean, if it wasn't for Goncalves, we could be quite a few down today by the looks of it. Good defensive header on the corner again though, and now we have a chance to break. Yoshi does nothing with the ball. That has just been the story of today, really, and that's going to be it for today. Alan is, yeah, that's it. Wow, what a disappointing. I mean, looking at the stats, I'll take the point because they came into the game stronger and stronger as we went through it. So yeah, we got a point. I'm just going to say I don't like what, so I'm not going to give him any credit because we should have, where we are in the league, where they are in the league, we should have been getting a result today, whether it's away or at home. We're now down to 6th in the league, 20 points after 12 games. So still looking good for the league, 20 points after 12 games. Yeah, we've, I mean, we've still got, what is that, 26 games of the season to go, and we're already halfway to the minimum points tally that we need for the season to make sure we're safe. But yeah, unsurprisingly, Goncalves got man of the match for that game. So he saved us today, saved a point, or got us a point all on his own pretty much. Really disappointed. Hopefully we can get our form back before the next episode. So let's just have a look at when we're going to be coming back. Again, like where we are, we're still in a European place in the league. I really don't expect to be there come the end of the season. So I've kind of got the mind to get through this season as quickly as possible. It's going to be just one of those seasons where, yes, we survived the first season in Premier League, and now we just need to improve that a little bit. And then next season is really where I'd probably be hoping to look at challenging for some of those European spots. You know, probably more realistically, UEFA. You know, not eyeing Champions League spots or anything, but you know, being up there towards the European spots would be next season's ideal position. So anyway, so I think we come back for the first round of, well, our first round of the FACup, the third round of the FACup against whoever that's going to be, and perhaps Leeds as well, or maybe I'll pick out another team that's in and around us, so it's a bit more of an interesting game. Leeds are currently in 19th, so Newcastle are up there in 9th, Brighton at 14th, where's Everton? 5th. Might be, if we're still in and around that position, we're in 6th, Everton in 5th, maybe it'll be Everton in the FA Cup game. or maybe I will look at one of the others depending on where teams are. City all the way down in 8th at the moment. Yeah, so City down in 8th at the moment, but they played 14 games and they are down there. So, I mean, some of these teams, including ourselves, have a chance of pulling away from the likes of Man City a little bit anyway. I mean, we're only this far through the season. There's a long way to go, so things will change. Anyway, disappointing episode today, but we will be back. We will be back in January. And maybe I will come back for the Man City game, because that will see us through the January transfer window as well. So we have a look at seeing if there's any comings and goings as well. So we can open at the beginning of January, and maybe we can close out at the end of January as well. And at least that kind of gets us through a bit more of the league as well for the season. And we can push on towards next season, which I think will be a much more interesting season. Even though I'm still super happy with how we're doing and some of the players that brought coming this season, but next season again will be another transition. Anyway, so that is going to be it for today. Apologies for a bit of a lackluster couple of games. Disappointing from my end, disappointing from your end, I'm sure, but that is what it is. It is Football Manager, and you just don't know when you're going to get a couple of crappy results like that. So yeah, it's a bit disappointing. Anyway, if you've enjoyed that, please leave us a like, leave us a comment if you've got anything to comment on what I changed this episode, the bigger text so you can see. Are you happy with that? Bringing in the new faces as well. It's taken me a long time to get my head around getting the faces into the squads. I've never done it before, and I'd been looking to do it ages ago, and I've just been struggling with it. I finally managed to crack it. So let me know if that's all good for you as well, and as well, yeah, if you're not subscribed, love for you to subscribe, help me out as I try and grow the channel. Yeah, be hugely appreciated. Anyway, I hope you have a brilliant rest of your day, and I will see you again in the next one. See ya.